Hey everybody, Uncle Rich here for Who's Telling the Truth. Guys, today is 8/29/16. This is show number 148, and the name of the show is Infowars. Although Kurt wanted to call it Disinfowars. So what we did was we kind of compromised. So we kept the Infowars with the Disinfowars, but guys, that's the name of the game tonight. Tonight we want to have fun. And guys, I want to tell you something. If they find me dead at home with a big smile, I mean, if they find me dead at home with a big smile on my face, with Fox News on TV, you're going to know what happened to me. You're going to say, oh, the poor guy died of laughter. But hey, what a way to go, right? Guys, I tell you, that Fox News and Trump and the Republican Party, they're making such a joke out of everything that I'm telling you, guys, I burst out laughing. And the dogs think I'm nuts. And you know, you're gonna say, what do you mean you burst out laughing? What could possibly be so funny? Judy, let's show them what's so funny.
He hasn't changed his position on immigration. He's changed the words that he is saying.
Did you guys catch that? He didn't change his position. He just changed his words. Guys, and now we're going to play the full clip. And guys, look at the two people that are listening to the Trump supporter and watch how they burst out laughing. And the one girl goes, the wall just got 10 feet shorter. So Judy, let's have the full clip, please.
He hasn't changed his position on immigration. He's changed the words that he is saying. What he has always said from the beginning is that he does not that he does not want to allow people to stay in this country illegally. He does want to build the wall, but he wants to work with Congress to get things done. And that's exactly what he has said from the beginning.
You know, guys, it's not fair. I mean, it's just not fair. I mean, you listen to these people, you know, you don't know if you're coming or going when you listen to Trump. I mean, he changes his mind in the same sentence. And this is what makes it so much fun. But you know, guys, a lot of people seem to be looking through Trump glasses. You know, everything to them is more or less shaded and obscured. And what's that word for kaleidoscopes where you see everything? But guys, just listen to me, and we're gonna have some fun. And let's see what it looks like to look at the world through Trump glasses. Judy, number 2, please.
She goes like this. This is time for him being rich. Oh! They already have video. It's not really that funny, though. Virgin, we gonna rock your house. What is it? I don't know what it is. It's like West Side. We gonna get
Guys, if they find me dead in front of the TV with Fox News on, you say, hey, he went, what better way could there be to go than by laughing? But guys, it's not what the Trump fans see. It's also what they hear. And this next clip You know, this is Says Who? And Jeannie Most did such a beautiful job on this on CNN, guys. So let's enjoy it. Judy, number 3, please.
It was a little like the old Abbott and Costello routine about the guy with the last name Who playing first base.
Who's on first? Yes. I mean the guy's name. Who? The guy playing first. Who is on first? What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Now imagine that in slow motion. An exchange between CNN's Breonna Keeler and Trump attorney Michael Cohen has become an instant campaign classic.
You guys are down, and it makes
Says
sense
who?
that there would...
Says
polls.
who?
Most of them. All of them?
That led to an awkward 5 seconds of silence.
Says who?
Polls. I just told you, I answered your question.
Okay. Which polls?
All of them.
I watched it 5 times. It's hypnotic, posted one person. Her single raised eyebrow at the end deserves an Emmy on its own.
Which polls?
All of them.
That ended up on a mock Make America Great Again hat. But the big takeaway seemed to be...
Says who?
Hashtag Says Who became a thing. The aftermath of the interview, you're fired, says who? Who else says who? Either Trump's attorney was in denial about the polls,
or doing his best impression of an owl.
the exchange even inspired, we kid you not, knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock
Who's there?
says
Says who?
the polls, all of them. Hashtag all of them also picked up steam, in this case with an Olympic theme. So you're losing this race.
Says who?
The clocks.
Which clocks?
All of them. There was even a poll pitting Says Who against all of them. All of them won by a landslide. In the wake of Breonna's interview, Trump's attorney told Yahoo News, "I think I unraveled her." Let's take a poll on that.
Which polls?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Jeannie Most,
Says who?
CNN,
Which polls?
New York.
All of them.
Oh, bro, guys, didn't she do a beautiful job? And I mean, isn't this what it's all about? I mean, we're having fun and we're learning at the same time, you know? And that's why we surround ourselves with the question marks. But, you know, on the last show, Judy, can you bring up that, we got a still coming up. The last show we did, we called it Simple Folk. And I want to show you the meme that was up on Facebook. So Judy, if we can have still, there you go. And guys, I just want to show you this. You know, if you look at it, you know, Rudy Giuliani said, "Look up Hillary Clinton illness." And guys, and Judy, can you go fade back and forth? And guys, that's exactly what we did. So we called that show Simple Folk. And we had a lot of fun with it. But you know what? We didn't quite touch all the bases and, you know, have as much fun as we could. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it a step further this week, and we're going to talk about Trump's medical records. And guys, when you see how they compiled this, and you're going to say to yourself, you got to be kidding me. But anyway, this is Trump, and this is the kind of shenanigans he pulls. And, you know, how the simple folk, how they don't understand this and finally say, Donald, please stop it. We can't take it anymore. And I tell you, the way the entertainment's coming with all the comedy and everything, he's going to kill half the population. All right, so Judy, let's have number 5 now, and we'll have some good old-fashioned fun.
Good evening. We begin tonight with an NBC News exclusive. The doctor who attested unequivocally that Donald Trump will be the healthiest person ever elected president is telling us how that letter came to be. It was written last December by Trump's personal physician, and while painting Trump's health in glowing terms, it fell well short of the full medical history Trump had promised. The medical paper trail of both candidates has been of growing interest lately, mostly fueled by rumors and theories about Hillary Clinton's health. NBC's Hallie Jackson has details.
Tonight, a remarkable revelation. The only documentation of Donald Trump's medical history written in 5 minutes, his doctor says.
Well, I thought about it all day, and at the end, I get rushed and I get anxious when I get rushed, so I try to get the 4 or 5 lines done as fast as possible that they would be happy with.
Dr. Harold Bornstein, who says he examines Trump every May, remembering that December day when a black car from the Trump team waited outside his Park Avenue office.
Proof I got 5 minutes to sit right at this desk and write that letter while the driver waited for it.
5 minutes, 4 paragraphs, filled with adjectives Trump himself might use. Astonishingly excellent, extraordinary. Bornstein describing his patient as the healthiest individual ever elected. No time, he says, to proofread the letter beginning, "To whom my concern."
In the rush, I think some of those words didn't come out exactly the way they were meant.
Trump would be the oldest president ever elected. He enjoys fast food.
I had the other night, I had Kentucky Fried Chicken, not the worst thing in the world.
But beyond the letter, Trump hasn't shared any more details about his medical status. Bornstein's not concerned.
His health is excellent, particularly his mental health. He thinks he's the best, so it works out just fine.
Adding,
he would be fit because I think that his brain is turned on 24 hours a day.
the doctor, board certified in gastroenterology and internal medicine, a graduate of Tufts Medical School, now affiliated with Lenox Hill Hospital. Trump's doctor for 3 decades. The candidate's picture hanging in his office. The GOP nominee's health is now back in the spotlight as his surrogates question Hillary Clinton's physical fitness.
So go online and put down Hillary Clinton illness. Take a look at the videos for yourself.
The Clinton campaign shooting down those attacks as conspiracy theories. She released a more detailed medical letter than Trump's, but it was still only a couple pages and more than a year old. 2016, unprecedented in how little the public knows about either candidate's health.
Bornstein says he's never treated Trump for any illness, much less any serious illness. The candidate's campaign tells us late tonight the doctor has been Trump's physician for decades and is already familiar with his, quote, excellent health records. A campaign spokesperson adding Trump has no problem releasing more medical information if that is something Secretary Clinton is also planning to do. Lester?
All right, Hallie. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down.
All right, we just got a call, but I couldn't answer because Judy handed me the phone and we can't put it on speaker that way. So whoever called up, and Judy, if you can put the number back up, whoever called, if you just call back. But guys, so now you saw that clip from a respected news media, from NBC News. And of course, NBC News is going to be called liberal, and it's going to be called, they're going to call it everything but conservative media. And everybody's against Donald. Everybody in the world except for Fox News. And guys, what happens is, when you see how the brainwashing works, and I asked Uncle Joey, I sent Uncle Joey this clip, and guys, he sent me back a conservative clip to show me that the NBC clip was wrong and his clip was right. And when you saw the NBC clip, now you're going to see the right-wing conservative clip, and you're going to say to yourself, is Uncle Joey nuts? Guys, I'm not a doctor, but I love Uncle Joey. But I don't think the elevator goes to the top. And this clip is going to prove it. So, Judy, let's have number 6, please.
Liberals are so stupid, and the liberal media is so dishonest that they're perpetuating the hoax that Donald Trump's doctor only knew him for 5 minutes and was paid to write the recommendation saying that he was extremely healthy, when in reality, Donald Trump's doctor has been his doctor for over 35 years. Look at this headline from CNN. Trump's doctor. I wrote Trump's bill of health in 5 minutes, causing the hashtag Trump's doctor to become one of the top trends on Twitter, as mentally enslaved moronic liberals think that Donald Trump just simply paid the man to give him a recommendation when, again, in reality, the man has been examining Trump for over 35 years. So I don't know how long the guy was supposed to sit down and write his recommendation. They're stunned that it took 5 minutes. Well, how long is it supposed to take when you've known a guy for 35 years and you just simply sit down and write a 2-paragraph recommendation? Of course, the liberal hypocrites who say that you should never judge anyone based on their appearance are ridiculing the doctor for having a unique look. Look at the Huffington Compost. Trump's doctor has an amazing explanation for that bizarre medical report. So now that everybody is questioning what the hell is wrong with Hillary Clinton, the typical liberal tactic is to try to turn the tables and now insinuate that it's Donald Trump that has health problems.
Guys, now you see where Uncle Joey gets his information. That's his source. So what we're doing is we're citing his source. We're being specific and we're citing his source. And what does his source tell us? That he's not a critical thinker. And this is the problem. You know, if Joey would sit there and just think about this for a minute. You know, the guy starts off and he says, liberals are so stupid. Okay. You know, so right away you hear that, and what do you think? You know? But the guy also said, liberals are mentally enslaved, moronic idiots. And at the same time he says that, he says that the doctor wrote it in 5 minutes. Guys, we saw the NBC clip. The doctor admitted he wrote it in 5 minutes. I thought about it all day, but I wrote it in 5. Okay, so he wrote it in 5 minutes. Just be honest. I don't care if he was his doctor for 35 years. Things change. You know, shouldn't Trump have been there for the examination? Instead, they send a limo to pick up the paperwork. And then when you look at the stuff that was printed in the letter, half that language looks like Trump wrote it. You know, it was beautiful. It was huge. My health is terrific. I'm going to be the healthiest person that ever ran for president. He said maybe Abe Lincoln was healthier than him. Guys, I'm telling you. And you wonder, you know. All right. So now we had the Uncle Joe version. And guys, we're going to take it one step further. Jimmy Kimmel invited Hillary onto his show and to qualify Hillary as being physically fit to be president of the United States, he had her open up a pickle jar. Now that's funny, but what's even funnier is Alex Jones from Infowars. He devoted most of his show to this. And guys, when you see this, you're going to say to yourself, wait a minute. Is this where Uncle Joey's getting all his information from? And guys, this is another one of his sources. And you wonder why these people are mashugana? Well, guys, I tell you, this is a funny clip. So smoke if you got 'em. And Judy, let's have clip number 7, please.
Because I'll tell you something. On Monday night, Hillary Clinton was here. She was right over there. And since then, I found myself smack dab in the middle of an online conspiracy theory. As you may know, many of Hillary Clinton's opponents have been questioning whether she's healthy enough to be president. So when she was here, I challenged her to open a jar of pickles to do it. And she did it, and all hell broke loose. Thousands of people, maybe even millions of people, are convinced that I somehow rigged the pickle jar. For real. I'm not kidding. One of those people is a guy named Alex Jones, who I happen to find very entertaining. He's one of those guys who believes Bigfoot was responsible for 9/11. He believes everything. But I saw this last night. Alex applied his investigative powers to a pickle jar that he believes was loosened.
There's no pop when she opens it, and she acts like she has to turn it all the way around like she's opening a can of peanut butter. But anyone who's opened a sealed can of pickled vegetables, whether it be tomatoes, whether it be garlic, whether it be olives, whether it be pickled fruit, knows there is a pop. You don't turn around it. You can't open a can of pickles that way. You pressure down and pop it open and then unscrew it. There's no pop. She acts like it pops at the end. This is completely and totally fake.
I agree. This is a conspiracy. This video is about 7 minutes long. During that 7 minutes, he calls it a pickle can like 30 times. Do they even sell pickles in a can? And that wasn't the end of this. It went on.
First, let's show it blown up, and then we'll show it in slow motion. Here it is.
Slow motion pickle opening.
Total acting. And then she just lifts it off the top. That's not how you open a can of pickles.
Right. Only a maniac would open a can of pickles. If you're ever feeling bad about your job, just remember there's a grown man who spent a full 7 minutes yelling about me in a pickle jar on television. Now, by the way, let's say we did loosen the jar. What does open even prove? I mean, I have to imagine that one of the perks of being president is you never have to open pickles yourself again. You're probably not even allowed to open pickles. So then, after studying the video evidence, the tape, Alex moved to the physical part of his investigation.
I'm going to show you again. Can we zoom in on this to show people what Hillary did? She claims she went around, and then it just comes right off like that. But she does this whole fake like she's straying. In fact, let me copy Hillary Clinton real quick. Give me a wide shot. I'm making a Bernie Sanders sound. Going in a big circle, and then it comes off.
Go back to the pickle can.
Like,
pickle can. Come on.
Like
Let's
that.
see this.
They come off like pressure.
Wow.
What the hell is going on here? I mean, seriously. There are people in the pickle industry who devote this much time and energy to talking about pickles. I feel like it's only a matter of time before the pickle jar gets subpoenaed. And if it does come to that, I asked our building security if they had any footage of the jar backstage before it wound up in the hands of Hillary Clinton, and we did find some, and this might shed some light on this situation. Guillermo? Are you sleeping?
No.
Okay. I need you to do me a favor. Very important, okay? Hillary Clinton is going to be here in a little while. Tonight on the show, I'm going to ask her to open this pickle jar to see if she's strong enough to be president. I need you to guard this. Make sure nobody loosens it. Make sure nobody taps it. None of that stuff, okay?
Okay, Jimmy.
It's very important.
Yes,
this
Jimmy.
must not be tampered with in any way.
Okay,
and I'm
Jimmy.
counting on you.
Okay, Jimmy.
The future of this country could depend on this jar.
Okay, Jimmy.
Thank you. Did you just eat a pickle out of that jar? Okay.
I love pickles.
Why, you little pickle monster. Why Donald Trump wants to build a wall. But I don't want to make a joke out of this. The stakes obviously are very high, and clearly Alex Jones has put a great deal of thought into this subject. So to Alex, if you are watching, and I know that you are always watching over us, I have something to say. Let's get in. Can you get in real close here and give me a light? You just had to keep digging, didn't you, Alex? The plan was so simple. All Hillary had to do was open a jar of pickles, and the White House would be all ours. Mine and hers. We had it all worked out. This went all the way up to Vlasic. But you couldn't leave it alone, could you? With your twisting and your popping and your poking your nose where it shouldn't be poked. You blew the lid right off our pickle can. You just couldn't stop. But it stops now because I'm afraid this little game is over, Alex. Now that you had to go and open your big mouth, I have no choice but to kill these pickles. The juice of these pickles is on you, Alex Jones.
Oh, no. I can't believe it.
They say, the New World Order sends its regards.
Guys, you know how they come up with this stuff. But I mean, this is part of the fun. You know, this is part of the joy. And you know, let's have fun. Let's laugh while we mock these guys. And it's that simple. You know, when you come up with ridiculous stuff, you deserve to be ridiculed. And making fun of people, you know, ridiculing them, hey, if you, like I said, if you're gonna be ridiculous, you're gonna get ridiculed. And guys, the next clip is a clip with Van Jones. No, I'm sorry, this is with Alex Jones, but this is with his New World Order. And he gets out there with his homies and his bodyguards, and he starts talking about George Soros, dog whistle, George Soros. Yeah, you're gonna have to look him up and look awful deep and hard. And the globalists and the New World Order. I mean, this guy is one of these Fruit Loops. And I tell you, when you watch this, and you watch the people in the crowd, and I'm telling you, these conspiracy guys, I mean, it doesn't, you can't talk to them. They're not like human beings. It's almost sad. But don't believe me. We'll show you the clip, and we'll prove it to you. So Judy, number 8, please.
It's on. Ready, rock.
What you've got is big, giant mega banks funding a bunch of communists and cop killers and other organizations that want to start martial law in this country and derail our elections. And the American people of every race, color, and creed aren't going to put up with it. And that's what this comes down to right now. The communists are a bunch of murdering scum worldwide, and George Soros is a Nazi collaborator funding these organizations trying to bring in total tyranny. And we're here as the American people saying that our free country is not going to have a bunch of dirty communists and globalist scumbags set up tyranny. We are here to promote a free, open election in this country and open free market. Here, they want me to get in there. Let me through it. I'm going to bullhorn them.
Let him do it.
We're here to tell you right now. We're here to tell you right now that the First Amendment stands against the evil of Mao Zedong and Stalin and Lenin and all the other garbage and communists for 70 years trying to start a race war in this country. The truth is, Americans of every race, color, and creed are coming together to make this country free and sovereign again. And that's why we're here to stand in defiance of the BLM and the new Black Panther Party and all these groups promoting violence, and they're implying the local police officer is some type of terrorist and that it's justice to kill him like our president's been pushing. So we're here to face down the evil and let you know that we will never back down and that we're not afraid of you. Yeah! 1776, worldwide liberty, ladies and gentlemen. I want to salute everybody out here that's in resistance to this tyranny. And the fact that you're not intimidated by a bunch of fake leftists that are here to try to cause a violent revolution in this country. We're going to peacefully restore our republic with this election, and everybody better get used to it. Because that's what it comes down to. I think that's an exaggeration. There are some for sure. But to say that, ladies and gentlemen, Infowars.com is here to expose the tyranny of the global
globalists. The globalists are creating division in this nation. The globalists are creating division to cause a crisis in this nation, have us fight with each other. They want war in the streets and a breakdown of society, so we fall like Venezuela and Cuba and the Soviet Union. So we fall to the tyranny of the globalists. We are here promoting liberty. Local government, they're not the corrupt government on top. The corrupt globalists are trying to scapegoat that to cause a crisis.
Boy, oh boy. Hey, how long is it going to take before that powder keg explodes? How long? It's just a matter of time, isn't it? I mean, and you know, he keeps ranting about globalist division. Let's be honest, who's trying to divide people? Who wants to build a wall? Case closed, right, guys? Now, the next clip, we're going to show you the Infowars guys that are out in the street, and they're at the Democratic convention. And they more or less got Van Jones, and they thought they were going to more or less ambush him, you know, trap him. And guys, I want to tell you, Van Jones was such a gentleman. He turned everything around. And once these people started to listen to Van Jones, you're going to actually see he swung them over to his side. And why? Because most of the time, the simple folk don't listen. They don't talk. And when you start to talk and all of a sudden they go, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like such a bad idea. I could go. But see, what happens is you get a guy like Alex Jones who just wants to fan the flames. He wants to start the fire and fan the flames. And, you know, it's like inciting a riot. It's just a matter of time. You know, the lid's going to come off sooner or later. But, you know, the next clip, like I said, just sit there, and Van Jones was such a gentleman. And guys, you're going to see by the, and also, there's a woman in the crowd, and she keeps hassling him. And he puts her in her place 2 or 3 times, and then he finally goes to open up the floor to her, and guess what happened? Toodles! She was nowhere to be found. But guys, that's enough. Let's play the clip. So Judy, let's have number 9, please.
Here's what I am gonna say to you. You guys came running out of that bar, whatever you're doing. Well, I had to get you. No, I'm just saying. I was minding my
I give you credit. I give you a lot of credit for doing this interview.
Hey, listen, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm an American just like you are. But I was minding my own business. I was walking down the street.
I saw him. I got him.
I was walking down the street. And you started screaming my name out. Now, I thought maybe you were one of my exes and maybe I owed you some money. So I started trying to walk a little bit faster.
He's transgender today.
Exactly.
So
it could be.
Be a little more tolerant.
It could be. But once I realized who you were and it was obvious that you were to be a Trump guy, did I start cussing at you? No. Did I run away from you?
No, I give you credit.
That's good. And we had a real conversation.
I got one quick question.
Go ahead,
Van Jones. Why here? Rob Du, Infowars.com.
Very good.
Why have relations between blacks and whites actually decreased? Hold on 1 second. Why have they decreased? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We know you do impersonations. We know that. That's great. Why have relations between blacks and whites gotten worse under Barack Obama's regime? And you work for him. Why do you think that's happened?
So, first of all, just because something happens when someone is president doesn't mean that the president caused it. I think that sometimes my concern is my conservative sisters and brothers seem to have a toddler's theory of reality. If mommy had just not uncovered my eyes, those nasty peas would not be there. No, the nasty peas were there. This conflict, listen, I'm 47 years old. I was born in 1968. To be clear, I'm a 9th generation American. 9th generation. I'm the first person in my family born with all my rights recognized by this government. The first person in 9 generations. They passed those, finally got the bills passed 64, 65. I was born in 68. I'm the first one in my family born with all my rights.
Were those bills passed by Republicans?
It was Democrats that kept you in that place.
No, it was Dixiecrats, and I know you guys take a great deal of comfort in that. I don't know why. I mean, every single right-winger I talk to the past 3 or 4 years jumps up and down and says, oh, but 60 years ago, Democrats were terrible racists. I don't know why that makes you happy today.
They still are, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Speaking truth.
Well, irrelevant truths. I mean, listen. Kermit the Frog is green. That's the truth. It's just irrelevant. So let me tell you. Here's the problem that we have right now. Here's the problem that we have right now. If we're going to be one country, and we got no choice. We've got every color, every category, every gender, every sexuality, every faith, every kind of human being ever born living in the United States. We are a miracle in the history of humanity.
So would you say America is great to the protesters, RevCom, to say America was never great?
Wait, hold on a second. I can only deal with one thing at a time. So we are a miracle in the history of humanity. There's no country that's ever even tried to do what we do every day in this country. You got countries that got 2 ethnic groups and they can't get along with 2.
I agree.
They're fighting over 2. I got 37 languages spoken in the LA public schools, and we mostly get along. That said, and anybody who wants to come and throw a rock about that or say, listen, you do it in your country first and you come talk to us.
Right.
But now among Americans, we have to be honest. America has always been 2 things and not one thing. We start out with that great founding reality that was disappointing even to the founders. You go to Jefferson Memorial, Thomas Jefferson, in marble and stone, says, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just. That's not triumphalism from the founders. I tremble for my country. What's he talking about? He's talking about slavery. No, hold on a second.
You accurate here.
No, hold on. No, that's not what he's talking about. I'm not gonna listen. She says, you gotta put it in context. When he says, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, he's talking about the enslavement as the main sin. If you want to talk about sin, that's 100% true. But you gotta let me talk. If you want to get your own interview, you get your interview. So now listen, this is the type of rude stuff. So now listen, that is a founding reality. Even according to the founders, they had some disappointments. The founding reality, even the founders said we didn't quite get it all done, which is why they let us have amendments. Yep. But the good thing is there's also the founding dream. That same Thomas Jefferson said we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all are created equal. Now that's America. That's America.
Yeah.
The ugly founding reality, which you don't want to acknowledge, but Thomas Jefferson did, and that beautiful dream.
And it's changed.
And what makes us Americans is that we have a process of debate, of amendment, to close that gap every generation a little bit more between that ugly founding reality and that beautiful dream. That's what makes us Americans. That's who we are on this earth that nobody else can touch. So if you make the mistake of these people down here and they deny the beauty of that founding dream and they just look at the ugliness of the founding reality, you're wrong. We're more than just that founding reality. But if, on the other hand, you won't look at that founding reality and you won't look at the pain of people whose immediate family members suffered in that founding reality and tell us that we're wrong, you also don't get the joke. You also don't understand America. And so this is beautiful. I didn't run from you. I did not talk to you because this is what we're supposed to do. I didn't go get a gun, you didn't go get a gun. I didn't call you a name, you didn't call me a name. We can argue back and forth. But if we're gonna get through this, the next president is gonna have an ungovernable country. I don't care who it is.
Thanks to who?
Hillary won't be able to govern, and Trump won't be able to govern because we stopped listening to each other. And there's been a complete lack of empathy. I'm a Christian too. And raised my children to be Christian. There's a complete lack of empathy. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you can do your interview later. They didn't ask you to talk, they asked me to talk. Now, and they'll ask you tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you this is very important now. The only way this thing works is if you cry just as much when that black man dies in that police car. And I cry just as much as when that horrible, bigoted sniper shot down those police. If you're crying over those funerals and I'm crying over those funerals and we're both crying together, we can find a way to get our cops to be better and get our kids to be better. But if once we've decided we're gonna pick funerals, that's the worst thing in America. We're not picking which funeral we're gonna cry over.
Well, Barack Obama.
And that's not the president's
But do you say this on CNN?
I say it every day!
I have to say, first of all, I have to say, I give Van Jones a lot of credit. This is the most candid I've ever seen him. I think he's been very great. I thank you for doing this interview with us. Can I just offer you one challenge?
Yes, sir.
All right, I want to challenge you when you go on CNN tonight to ask the Black Lives Matter movement to stop using the false narrative of hands up, don't shoot.
Well, listen, I don't think we're not talking about if I go to the Black Lives Matter.
I'm just offering you a challenge.
Listen, I'm not gonna do it because if I go to the hold on a second. If I go to the Black Lives Matter conference or convening, I'll talk to them. Tonight, I'm going to the Republican conference and convening. I'm going to talk to the Republicans, and listen, I'm mad at everybody. I'm trying to raise children in this country.
You're not mad at me, right?
I'm mad at everybody. Now you are just rude because this is not your interview. And if they're not happy with you, and I'm not happy with you. So what? Hey, so listen, I can't talk to you no more because I'm being talked over by her. But maybe some other time we'll have a chance to talk.
I appreciate that. Van Jones, CNN, Owen Schroyer, Infowars.com. Candid Van Jones here, folks.
Very, very good. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, bye-bye.
Think about that challenge, man.
Very, very good. Hey, thank you.
There you go, brother.
So first of all, I'm the guy who made you famous.
Okay,
All right. Well, where's that lady at? I'll get her interview. Where's she at?
And as soon as the cameras go away, she walks off.
I know. I was going to talk to
Okay. Tricked her. Now let's go back to what we were talking about. Tricked you. Now you're gone. You didn't want to do nothing but bother the cameras.
So she wouldn't shut up until she had a chance to speak. Isn't that what happens most of the time with the conservatives? They do a lot of hand waving, a lot of BSing, but when it comes to put their chips on the table, adios, toodles. All right. Now, guys, the next part of the show is our Facebook faves part, and this is where we show all the stills that people have put up on Facebook during the week. And guys, I tell you, keep them coming. I love them. They're a lot of fun. So Judy gets to fade in and out. Judy loves operating that fade button in the control room. So Judy, let's have them. There we go. Now, let's go to the next one because that was the one that we initially showed for the, there we go. Oh, and guys, the reason why I put this up is I've been asking everybody on Facebook, very good, Judy. I've been asking everybody on Facebook, what's the hottest year in recorded history? And guys, recorded history goes back to when we were able to start recording history. And when were we able to do that? When we invented the thermometer. So the alcohol thermometer was invented in 1709, and the mercury thermometer, which is what most of us are familiar with, was invented in 1714. So we've got virtually, 300 years of recorded histories. You come back, go back and forth. And guys, the reason why we only have 300 years is because dinosaurs weren't walking around with thermometers. It's that simple. So what I ask people on Facebook a lot of time is, what is the hottest year in recorded history? And guys, the answer is 2015. That's right. And if you want to take it one step further, what's the next hottest year in history? That would be 2014. Do you notice any kind of a pattern here? But of course, if you're a denier, that doesn't matter. And I tell people, I say, ask Siri. I'll say, Siri, what's the hottest year in recorded history? And guess what?
Let me check that.
Let me check that. Oh, she's checking on it.
For what's the hottest year in record and in recorded history.
Okay, and it says 2014. I guess they haven't got to the 2015 yet. But guys, you know what somebody told me? You're going to trust what Siri tells you? How do you know it's right? Hey, guys, when you're talking on this phone and you're using it as a GPS, does it get you to where you're going? I mean, in all the years I've been using GPS, I've had one mistake. And it was a road that they changed. They made it one way. So I guess nobody updated it. But I mean, you know, when you can't rely on technology and you rely on your political party, we're all in trouble. All right, next, Judy. You have to respect other people's beliefs. And guys, look at these beliefs. They have beliefs in invisible friends. They have beliefs in the KKK, ISIS, Nazis. Guys, you don't have to believe anything. And Judy, guys, I try not to use the word belief in everyday language. I don't believe anything anymore. If you can't show me the proof, sorry, I'm moving on. All right, next, Judy. This is put up by Josh. Okay, go ahead, Judy. What happened? All right. Can you lose? Okay, Mylan, and there you go. CEO Heather Breach, total compensation went from $2,453,000 to $18,931,000. Can you imagine making that kind of money? A 671% increase. During that same period, the company raised EpiPen prices from $56 to $317, a 461% increase. Guys, what's wrong with that picture? What the hell is going on here? And this is why we're having the American Revolution, so that somebody like me can talk to somebody like you and say, hey, what kind of crap is this? This nonsense has got to stop. And that's why we need single payer. You know, we need a public option so that we can all get together and we tell the drug companies what they're going to charge. And we tell the insurance companies, go find another line of work. We don't need people that want to make profit, you know, that put profit before people. When it comes to health care, we put people before profit. And that's why the insurance companies got to go. Adios. You ripped us off for long enough. That's it. All right, Judy, next. Guys, this is for Uncle Joey, because I had to give him the business. And, you know, because Donald Trump, just the other day in one of his rallies, he said, well, you know, the gap between me and Hillary is getting closer. This guy can't even lie right. All right, next, Judy. All right. This is from Lynn. And Republicans are funny. On one hand, Hillary Clinton is a tired and feeble old hag suffering from dementia who is mentally unfit to lead our country. On the other hand, she's a cunning and manipulative bitch, hell-bent on deceiving us all and taking over the world. So which is it? Next, Judy. Trump fakes his death to avoid debate. And guys, I'll tell you what, when they debate, Hillary is going to make him look sick. All right, next, Judy. Again from Lynn. Thanks, Lynn. How will it end? The GOP wakes up and dumps him. A fake heart attack or an illness. They're not playing fair. Take my ball and go home. My business needs me. You don't deserve me. Moves to Russia. Judy, come back to me. Guys, you know what I think? I think Trump is in this election to pocket the cash. I mean, this is the greatest reality show that ever was. And I don't know if you've seen the rent that Trump is charging his own campaign. He like quadrupled the rent that the Trump campaign is paying for in the Trump Towers, because now he's getting money from outside sources. So he quintupled the rent. These guys have no shame. All right, next, Judy. The worst part about Trump isn't that he's a racist, sexist, ignorant bigot. It's that his supporters know that and they don't care. Next, Judy. Judy's almost getting the hang of this timing. Donald Trump, proving you don't have to be poor to be white trash. Boy, thanks, Bruce. Next, Judy. Representative Steve Scalise, Representative John Fleming, and Senator Bill Cassidy vote against relief for victims of Sandy. Paying for disasters and being fiscally responsible are not mutually exclusive. In 2016, those same lawmakers write a letter to President Obama requesting that vital federal resources be made available in an expedited manner for flooding in their home state. Isn't that nice, guys? They want for themselves, but they don't want to help others. And guys, just take a look at this picture. Which do you prefer? Which do you choose? I mean, do you have to think much about that at all? And Judy, come back to me. Guys, the way things are going right now, wind and solar are cheaper than any other forms of energy. And we did the show on Georgetown, Texas, and things just keep getting better. All the big blocks are being bought by companies. And most of them, the renewables come in cheaper. And they come in cheaper over a longer period of time. And you know that wind and sun aren't going to get any more expensive as time goes on. And the best part of that, guys, we'll never have to send our kids to fight for wind and air. We won't shed a drop of blood unless somebody gets hurt with a screw gun putting on solar panels. That's it. So maybe they could fall off a roof, but they wear all those safety harnesses, and they got OSHA and unions. Unions, oh my God. All right, Judy, next. This is from Tony, and it's Donald Trump, father of 5 children with 3 women, says black communities have broken homes all over the place at record levels.
This is the last one, Rich.
All right, and guys, Judy, but guys, you see, and this is what Trump wants to do. He just wants to fan the flames of hate. Why? I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I don't know why people like him get the way that, I really think he's nuts. But I think he's so nuts he doesn't even know he's nuts. And Uncle Joey always calls me nuts. And he might have a point sometimes. But guys, the one thing that I have on my side, science. I have science on my side, and that's what brings me to the table. If I couldn't prove that global warming wasn't happening, I wouldn't be spinning my wheels here. But the science is settled. It's that simple. All right, guys, and talk about science. There's some new packaging, some food packaging that you can actually eat. And this is going to take, I know. I'm going to play a clip from an old movie with Michael Keaton, and this was called Night Moves. And guys, it's about 30 years old, but wait till you see, he's almost like a prophet, almost a psychic. So Judy, can we have clip number 30, please?
You wonder why I carry this tape recorder? It's to tape things. See, I'm an idea man, Chuck. All right? I get ideas all day long. I can't control them. It's like they come charging in. I can't even fight them if I wanted to, you know? So I say them in here, and that way I never forget them. See what I'm saying? Okay, here's an example. Watch out. Stand back. This is Bill. Idea to eliminate garbage. Edible paper. See? Eat it. It's gone. Eat it. It's out of there. No garbage.
See that? Eat it. It's gone. It's out of there. He's an idea man. And although we're laughing, this ain't a joke. Because guess what happened? Judy, can we have clip number 31, please? Guys, we're starting to get the idea. We got to speed it up. We're going to go right to the next clip because this is about the Clinton Foundation. So Judy, 32, please.
Bill Clinton, the United Nations Special Envoy for Haiti, touring sites benefiting from $1 million effort by NRG Energy and the Clinton Foundation to bring solar power to Haitian hospitals, schools, and businesses.
Guys, did you hear that? NRG Energy and the Clinton Foundation. And what did they do? Judy, 33, please.
Bill Clinton, the United Nations Special Envoy for Haiti, touring sites benefiting from $1 million effort by NRG Energy and the Clinton Foundation to bring solar power to Haitian hospitals, schools, and businesses. Clinton touted the importance of accessible energy while visiting a fish farm, and he focused on the importance of a good diet for Haiti's future, addressing a problem of deficiency in children that he says was hindering their development.
And then you will see the protein deficiency evaporate, and children who are 14 years old will look like they're 14 years old. And it will change the whole trajectory of this country's future when children can grow and develop their brains and their bodies at a normal rate. So to me, the most important thing of all is curing the country's protein deficiency in a way that builds the economy for all these wonderful fish farms.
The solar initiative that Clinton was there to visit is providing power for a local school.
The ultimate reward is all these beautiful children and what they will learn. And
guys, we ran out of time, but you can see what the Clinton Foundation's all about. See you next week.